I'm Brian Stoughton, Chair of the Ellen Badger Hospital League of Friends. You may have seen many posters, leaflets, car stickers around the town saying, "Save the Ellen Badger." Let me tell you a little about that. Back in 2017, the Ellen Badger Hospital was in difficulty. In size, it had shrunk from 36 beds in the year 2000 to 16 today. The fire service had issued a closing notice, and there was a moratorium on maintenance. The League, realising that the land next to the hospital was for sale, offered to purchase that land in return for a promise from the South Warwickshire Foundation Trust to rebuild the hospital within 5 years. So off we went to look at modern community hospitals, one in Rye, one as close as Moreton in Marsh. And we had a public meeting where the League of Friends and the South Warwickshire Foundation Trust presented ideas about what a new Ellen Badger Hospital might look like. We then went through 3 years of meetings, the appointment of architects, the drawing up of plans, and the general practitioners in Shipston were prepared to forego their proposed Camden Road development to come alongside the Ellen Badger. By May, June of last year, we had a plan, and the plan was published to widespread approval. It had a new hospital, a cafe and terrace overlooking the river, meeting rooms for community use, and a relocation of community nursing, all alongside a new medical practice. And that to be undertaken in a single phase, which would be 18 months quicker and nearly £2 million cheaper than we'd first imagined. And then, for no reason ever explained, in October of last year, we were told that the Foundation Trust no longer supported that plan. Instead, the medical centre and a community room and cafe, together with community nursing rooms, would be built in what was called Phase 1. We were told there was no guarantee that the hospital, Phase 2, would ever be built. The League were told by the Foundation Trust that fundraising for a new hospital should stop because the Foundation Trust Board had given no approval to rebuild the hospital. The League of Friends, having sat in interminable meetings over 3 years to plan for a new Ellen Badger, were no longer to be invited to the project board on the grounds that the meetings were no longer concerned with the development of a hospital. In these circumstances, it is clear that the conditions on which we advanced £635,000 nearly 4 years ago cannot and will not be met. Our legal advice is that we must require Swift to return our gift. Charity law is clear. Charitable monies cannot be offered for benefit to non-charitable organisations. Our deeds of trust make clear our purpose, which must be the support of the Ellen Badger Hospital. Those who left us legacies, Percy Lomas, my next door neighbour here in Halford, along with his sister Rosa, who nursed at the Badger, John Peart, who left his entire estate to us 4 years ago, back in 1896, Richard Badger, all wanted to provide for a hospital for the residents of Shipston. This is not a situation we want to be in. We want a new Ellen Badger Hospital. Only 10 months ago, that is what was promised. We are very sorry to have got to this point. It is clear building a hospital after all the developments proposed in Phase 1 is, in engineering terms, extraordinarily difficult and expensive, and would compromise the clinical areas that would by then be in use. If you share our concern, will you write to Nadhim Zahawi, our local MP, and to the Secretary of State, Matt Hancock? Tell them you too want to rebuild Ellen Badger Hospital. One promised us less than a year ago. Thank you for listening. Please help save the Badger.